We here. We here. Come on. Another day, baby. Another day. Let's see. My mic working. Everything working. Yes, sir. Come on. Ooh, my bad for that one. My bad. I'm trying this little mic thing. So I got a little mic so it's not so much echo on it and everything. So I just got to adjust this. Hey, let's go. How's everyone doing? We got anybody in here? Let's go. Man, isn't the world crazy? The world's been crazy lately. Man, we got shit happening, man. Let's edit this. What should we make the title? I don't know if anyone here. Let's see what we should make the title, man. Man, what's that? Nah, man, I don't care. But yeah, man, you know the topics today, man. We're gonna talk about human trafficking, bro. We're gonna talk about. I know it's a big one, but there was some shit that just popped out with the Pornhub. You heard that Cornhub, man? It's messed up. It's messed up. What's happening, man? But the only way we gonna fix it is if we talk about it. Am I right? Am I right? All right. What we gonna talk about, of course, becoming better men, becoming stronger men, and we gonna talk about this silent depression that we going through, man. I did a little more studying on that, tried to understand that, and yeah. So let me think of a question that we should answer up in this chat. Let's go. Let's do that. That's a good question. Oh, okay. But yeah, how's everyone doing? Everyone good? Everyone good? I'll pin this. If anyone comes in, they can see that. But yeah, let's start with what we always start with, man. Our little Instagram feed check. I had a guy DM me. He was asking about how do I know what's good versus what's bad, and is it helping you reach your goals or distracting you? That's how you know if what you have in your feed is good or bad, right? Is it distracting you from your goals or making you better? Is it making you go towards your goal or away from your goal? Not even away. It could be like a stagnant, right? You don't want to be stagnant either, because people get laced up in that, tripped up in that as well. It's like they think all because they're stagnant and they're staying in one place, it's fine. They're not going backwards, but dude, if you're not moving forward every day, the world keeps moving forward. So you gotta move forward with it. So yeah, let's do that. Let me get that going then. In the chat, the question in the chat today, I don't know if everybody can see, is what's a business idea you have? So pop a business idea down. Let's get into it, man. And we'll talk about it. We'll do research on business ideas, man. I think that's gonna be a good segment of this channel as well. We're gonna do Instagram feed. We're gonna do the chat GPT check. And then if we get anybody or some people chatting, we'll get that as well. We'll talk about business ideas. Or just questions, questions, concerns you got, questions you got for me. Figure out some answers together, my brothers and sisters. All right. Let me get this up. There we go. There we go, people. It always starts with the Marcus Aurelius quote. Come on. If you can tell, I'm a big fan. Dig within. Within is a good wellspring of good, and it is always ready to bubble up if you just dig. It's facts. The good wants to come out of us. That's what he's saying. The good wants to come out. Our full potential wants to come out. But there are just so many distractions. There are so many distractions in this world. And don't get me wrong, man. I get distracted by them every single day. And it's so hard not to, right? You get caught slipping on your phone, man. You get caught, watching another show when you said you shouldn't. You can get caught up in these things. But if you dig deep, man, that thing is soon as gonna, overflow. It's gonna overflow. And then you're gonna have to learn how to control that. You're gonna have to learn how to control that potential coming out, right? Because it's gonna be unharnessed. You gotta harness it, right? It's a lot of power, man. Going. Okay. Andrew, so this is Andrew Huberman. He's a neurologist at Stanford, I believe. And he has a podcast and everything. Very, if you listen to that, man, apologies. If you listen to that, man, you're probably not gonna understand more than half of what he says, bro. But you're gonna definitely learn how the chemicals work going through your brain. But he says everyone should have protocols for reducing stress in real time. Okay, yes, I can agree with that, man. Some protocols I really have when I'm dealing with stress and doing that. One is cleaning. I'm a cleaner. Like I've said this before, as I clean, man. And another one in real time is breathing. Like I really stress my breath work now in trying to do morning, lunchtime, and nighttime breath work. Even that can help in those certain moments where you don't know what's about to happen. Like I just had to take a test for the first time for my CDL. And man, I tell you, I was nervous, man. It was like 150 questions. I was nervous, man. Because I've always been a bad test taker. So I breathed, man. I breathed, and I was like, you got this, man. You in control, man. You in control. Because I started feeling a little, like, anxiety building up, right? And I was like, damn, like, man, this is, like, stressful, man. I'm stressed. But why am I stressed? Like, I studied. I did my work. I did that. I mean, granted, I think I passed 2 out of the tests. So there were 4 tests, 150 questions. I passed 2, failed 2. Not failed, but I couldn't get more than 5 wrong. I think there were 25 questions and 20 questions that I got wrong. Or, that were on the tests. I think I got like 5 wrong. Exactly 5. So I failed. And then the other one, I got a little more. I think that one I did fail. I think I got like 9 or 10 wrong. But yeah, I just breathed and I talked to myself. I told myself, it's alright. It's alright to feel this stress, man. It means you care about it. The most effective fast and psychologically supported protocol is psychological sigh. Okay. 2 back-to-back inhales via nose, maximum lung inflation, followed by full exhale of the lungs empty via the mouth. Damn, so what's he saying? He's saying, okay, 2 back-to-back inhales via the nose to maximum lung inflation. All right, let's try this. Everyone try this. So do 2 back-to-back inhales with the nose to maximum lung inflation. You guys feeling less stressed, man? You feeling good? Whoa, that kind of got me a little dizzy. Well, that's a way. What's this, man? What's this guy got to say?
And this month. This is stuff I've learned so far in my life, which may value you. Don't stay at a job too long just because you're comfortable. Trust me, they don't value you. You can be replaced. You need to be more selfish. I get you want to help everybody, but what you're doing,
No, and I get there's a time there's people who are in different situations, different scenarios where you can't exactly just leave the job, right? Some people gotta stay. They got kids. They gotta eat. They got bills they gotta pay. Maybe they made stupid expenses. And if we get personal, like if I get personal on this, like I've made stupid expenses that I got in debt for. You know what I'm saying? Trying to look a certain way, trying to be a certain way. You know, but the one thing you have to do is you have to be honest with yourself and how you got there, and then also you have to be the one to dig yourself out of there. But yeah, no, I would say do not stay at a job just because you might make decent money, right? The thing is, life is supposed to be filled with experience. We're supposed to experience different things. We're supposed to experience with new people. But if we're always in the same place, stagnant, it seems like people are just. It's like they just stay there, and then they're like, oh, let's go on vacation. It's like vacation. I want my whole life to be a vacation. The hell am I working for? I'm working because some rich people were like, yeah, you should work. And then everybody falls in the line. Thing is, like, when you don't fall in the line, people then think you're crazy. But then if you think about it, is it really that crazy to want to live your life? Is it? It's very feasible as well. I mean, you just can't be a materialistic person in that sense, because I think if you want materialistic things and materialistic things are a goal, you have to live in what the materialistic world has made, right? Which can be fun, which can be enjoying, right? You can enjoy that, but is that the point? Are you gonna slave? You okay slaving 60-70% of your life, if not more? Yeah, probably more like 70-80% of your life, and then getting that 20%, 20-30%. And some people just never stop. Some people, some people like that. And I think you should always grow yourself. I think you should always grow yourself. But you can't grow yourself staying stagnant in a job that you're comfortable in. The only way to grow is to be in uncomfortable positions.
is you're putting yourself last. Value the time with your loved ones. Don't always try and make plans to do something else because they won't always be here. Take more chances. Opportunities aren't going to be there forever. So when they're there, take advantage. You need to travel more. Travel as much as you can. It broadens your horizon, and your world is only as big as where you've been. Learn to love and open your heart. Don't be scared it may be broken. That's a part of life, but it will be able to put back together.
Yeah, man, that's huge. That's huge. I feel like people don't want to feel certain things. People don't want to feel like sadness. But the only way to feel happiness and joy is if you feel sadness, right? People don't want to feel stress. The only way to feel peace is if you know what stress is like. It's very, what I'm saying, you need one with the other, right? You can't have light without the dark. You can't have dark without the light. And it's so cliche, but it's so true. But for some reason, people still want to live in this society where they always strive for happiness. They're striving for it, man. I want to be happy. That's all I want is I want to be happy. What's going to make you happy? You got to define that happiness, right? And the thing is, being happy is enjoying and being okay with all emotions, understanding your emotions, understanding why you feel certain ways, having that control in your life, but also letting go of that control, right? Having that ability to do that. And it's something you have to work towards. You're not going to build it in a day, a night, a week. You're not. It's going to take years. It's going to take your whole life, honestly. And you're probably not gonna harness it perfectly ever. But thing is, you strive for perfection, but have the understanding that you won't reach that goal. That you most and probably will not reach that goal. But you're gonna get a lot further than if you just strive for, man, I just want to be. I'm okay if I'm average. I'm okay if if I'm just happy. If I'm just happy in this, like, I'll think I'll be all right. It's like, yeah, yeah, I know. You think you're gonna be all right when you're happy, but then you can't define that happiness. So there always be a new goal of happiness, and that was one of the 48 laws of in the 48 laws of power by Robert Greene. One of the laws is to stop at the goal that you've set, right? So if your goal is happiness, you become happy, you stop, you've fulfilled it, right? But if your goal is perfection, with the understanding that you probably won't make it, in a realistic sense, you're gonna get a heck of a lot further.
Trust me. Every day, do something that makes you happy. You need to stop caring what people think about you. Every day, wake up and be grateful for the day.
That's huge. Be grateful for the day, man. Today. Be grateful that you had today. No matter if you wake up tired, man. I woke up tired, man. I crawled out of bed, man. I was like, let me just stay in bed. But I got up. I was frustrated with different situations I got going on in my life, different things I'm trying to do, goals I haven't met yet, that I thought I would be at, places where I want to be where I can't be yet, things I had to cancel, even though like it sounded so fun. But the thing is, I understand that my sacrifice is gonna mean something because it's building me. I'm building me. And when you build yourself and you focus on building yourself every single day, you are bound to reach your goal. Maybe not when you say you want to, but you're bound to. You're bound to reach that goal. And I've done in everything I've done so far. And the thing is, high school had me thinking about things of non-importance, right? I was in high school, in middle school and stuff. Like, sports were my whole life, right? I was just an athlete, right? I played football, bro, and did lacrosse. I did wrestling for a year. I did diving for a year. I did track and field. Dude, none of that stuff meant anything. Like, yeah, I was in good physical health, and it helped me with my. Honestly, I'm not gonna say it helped me with my mental. It actually, I think it messes up your mental. You're a hitting dummy, man. You're getting hit every single day. You're not focused on things of importance. But then people made it feel like it was things of importance because it was entertaining to them. And it was parents, it was other kids, and then we made that conscious decision to do it. And I always regret that, man. Is wasting my time with a lot of sports. Like, they didn't do anything for me. I barely remember any of that shit. I don't really, yeah, it was accomplished. Like, I won 2 state championships, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, and still, it's like, what was it? For what? And I got a badass concussion that messed me up hard. And all to entertain some people, right? There was that's the thing is, and that's all it is, and that's why even professional athletes and stuff, they're like, yeah, this thing is rigged. It's for entertainment. It's whoever's gonna get the most views. If it's like a game versus, I don't really know football anymore, so I don't know the popular teams or any sports really. But I don't know. So say it's like a Bears got to the Super Bowl, man. That's gonna be crazy because I was a Bears fan, right? So that would be crazy, right? So that would, but that would, no one's gonna want to see the. I'm trying. I'm trying to think of some analogy to it. I just don't know sports anymore. Yeah, I don't know an analogy to that. I just don't know sports anymore. But yeah, it's all set up. You know what I'm saying? Okay, this fan base is very active. This fan base is bigger. People are very hype about this team and this team. Okay, these two teams are gonna meet. Right? It's not. It's and they'll make it happen. Right? It's already in the books. It's gonna happen one way or another. You know. Uh, One day you'll wake up and there won't be any more time to do the thing you've always wanted to do. Do it now. It's very true. Very true. And the things you want to do will take time. Right? I want to be able to take my family out on a vacation whenever I want, and like I'll be able to pay a salary, be able to pay this and that, and they won't have to worry about anything. I want to be able to buy land. I want to be able to. It's gonna take time. That's why you do it now. You don't wait for the government to, give you your pension or whatever the hell they do these days, or give you your give you that retirement fund that you saved up for to 65 years. I mean, like, what, 40, 45 years? Hell no. Hell no, man. Work on yourself, grind yourself, understand knowledge. Boom, have money flowing in. Now money's not a worry. And that's my goal. That's my personal goal. Boom. Have this asset. Boom. Boom. But I know it takes sacrifice. I might have to sacrifice 10 years. But guess who? Is that better than sacrificing 40 years? Which one's better? What do you want to sacrifice? 10 years? 40 years? Maybe it's 15 years and then you don't have to really worry about money. Like, that's the thing is, they have you in a repetitive loop where they make you think that it's bad to you want to not to work. You know what I'm saying? Going to a job every day that you don't want to go to doesn't sound like a good life. And so maybe some people enjoy their job. Maybe some people enjoy going to their office job. They like who they work with. They're fine there, and that's all they want. And that's completely fine. But that's not who I want around me. It's not. It's like I don't want those people around me because they're content with slavish mentalities. And I'm just not that type, man. I don't like being told what to do. I like to do what I want to do. I like to explore. I like to adventure how I want to adventure. And I have no problem with, giving up my 20s and not going out to bars and not doing that shit to help the next generation of men, and two, help myself become a better man.
Fuck your motivation. You need discipline.
Discipline is doing what you hate to do, but doing it like you love it.
Discipline doesn't care if you're tired. You're tired? Do it anyway.
Discipline means taking the hard road, the uphill road, to do what's right.
The greatest version of you is the disciplined version. The greatest version of you is the version that has parameters. No, I don't do that. I don't drink that. I don't go there with these people. I'm focused.
It is going to require discipline. Go.
Dude, it's everything. It is everything. It's discipline. And that's the thing, is that's a big reason why a lot of people don't reach their goals. And they'll mask it and excuse it with the sense of comfortability. And I'm not here to call people. I'm not here to say, that that's what they're doing. But they got comfortable. They got stuck in their habits. And they didn't reach their full potential. They didn't. Maybe they became successful, but they never reached their full potential as a human. There's too many distractions that they dealt with. And we're in the perfect period of time where we can reach our fullest potential as humans, spiritually, mentally, and physically. Like, all of them. We are in the perfect time with computers, being able to communicate across the world. We got buildings that keep us from the elements. We got food in grocery stores. I mean, completely, you gotta watch what food you're eating and what they're putting into our food, of course. That's a whole nother topic. But again, what do you need to be able to actually watch that and be able to get good food that actually has true nutrients? One, you're gonna probably want land, and two, you're gonna need the money. If you don't have land, you're gonna need the money to be able to go to the store and buy those foods that are more expensive. Because I was grocery shopping actually just yesterday, and you're looking at all the food, and you're looking at meat, and meat's like pause. Pause, but you're looking at meat, and it's, what was it? 2 pounds, like, I think it was like $10, $8. I was like, all right, I got can't remember how many pounds I got, but I got meat, and it was like $15. It was like 15 but $16. And then you go and you look at like the bad bread, and the bad bread is like $1.29. The good bread is like $4 or $5, right? The healthy bread, I mean. And then you go to like the candy aisle and the sugar aisle, and then like that's all like $2. It's cheap. You get a big ass container of like that marshmallow bullshit. And I'm like, no wonder America fat as hell. Bunch of fat motherfuckers running around, unhealthy as hell. Bro, I hate that shit. And it's like, but can you blame them? It's like, this is what they're given to eat. This is what America gives them to eat, and this is what us, the people, allow them to feed us. We allow them to do this. That's the thing is, I put all accountability back on us as the people, because we don't do that anymore. We keep blaming the government. We keep saying it's the government's fault. It's this fault. No, it's honestly, it's our parents' fault for getting comfortable and living in these states of slavish mind, and with video games and doing all that, allowing the government to infiltrate, right? Start putting bullshit in our food, right? Because they tell us, that's what they do is they tell us what they're doing, and then they don't have to deal with the karmic retribution of their actions, because they tell us what to do, but we're so comfortable that we're like, all right, whatever, I don't really care. It's not going to affect me. But now look where we are, right? And so I blame them, first off. And then after them, it's now our job. Well, then you have, so our parents, now it's our job to fix it all. It is. And that's the sucky part, man. You're left with our parents our parents are living in, comfortability still, because they were able to get college degrees at a decent price. They were able to eat at a decent price. They were able to live at a decent price, get houses and cars at decent prices to start off. And then now we're left with the butt end, right? We're left with the bullshit. Now that we have to fix all this, now our parents don't even see it, because all they do is they focus on their comfortability. Right? They focus on what they want. And I'm not here to blame them. They worked hard. They did what the government said. And now we're left with this. We're left with this is a perfect transition. We're left with double the cost. Or I saw this post, and we did last stream, we did our own calculations with 1930s, the Great Depression, and then versus now. But I found a dude, and his prices were, I think his prices might have been a little bit high, but he did outline it very well. I'm going on my phone to find it, and maybe I can post it up here. I'm not sure. If I can get it up, I'll try to get it up here in a second. But I'll say the numbers real quick. So the average income in the 1930s is $5,000. Here, I'll put it up here. I'm gonna send it to send it to my email, and then I'll pull it up on here. But yeah, no, this is what our parents have left us. And I'm not saying be mad at your parents. Your parents didn't understand. Our parents were ignorant to the fact of what was happening, and they're going to continue to be ignorant because they don't want to have to deal with the reality, and they don't have to deal with the reality because one, as sad as this is to say, their lives are about done. Like, I don't know, like, so at the end of the day, they're just living off their last lives. They don't have to deal with anything really of importance, but just enjoying the money and the wealth that they've got. And if they don't have that, then they're still struggling, and they have an understanding. But to make an impact in the world, you need to have money, right? If you don't have money, you can't make an impact. Well, you can do it through influence, but if you have influence, you ultimately have money. But, okay, I'm just trying to figure out how to send this to myself. Maybe if I turn on my... I like to put my phone in airplane mode when I'm streaming, so I don't get stupid calls and stuff. Alright, sending over here. I should be able to pop it up here. Let me about this. Ooh, 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 ooh. Come on now. Okay, wrong email. Okay. Yeah, I got it right here. Dope. This is perfect. Okay. Alright. There's a little bit of writing and everything because I just took a screenshot, but you'll get it. You can still see it. Right? Everyone can still see it? Yeah, I think we're good. Alright. So, I believe the numbers we had were around 2,000 to 4,000, 2,000, 3,000 for average income, and then we didn't do gas or cars, we only did houses, so it gives a much better, and it also incorporates inflation, right, if it was adjusted correctly, right? But this is why the depression, if you look, this 1930s, this side is during the Great Depression, right? This is their depression that they went through that was so hard in the 1930s. And I know this was before our parents, right? It was before that. If it was, so it would be our grandparents lived through this, quote unquote. So if you're making $5,000 annually, but then at the same time to get around, 10 cents a gallon, which should equate to around $1.73 today. And then if you go to cars, 860 should be around 1,500 or 15,000 for a car now. Right? I mean, you can get used cars and stuff like that, but we're talking brand new. Out the lot, 860 average car. Houses, 3,900. And it's so important to say that that's how you build your foundation. As me, as a normal person, right? I don't have a foundation to build. Like my building my foundation, it's going to be much harder. I'm going to do it. I'm not here to complain and not take action and get it done. I'm just bringing to sense and bringing to light what is happening in today's world with the numbers. So and then if you made that equivalent to today's cars should be around 15,000. And then houses were around 3,900 back in the day. They should be about 70,000 it says. But if you look at what's happening today is our annual income is at 56,000, and that's high. I'm telling you right now, that's high. Most people aren't making more than 40, 45, 50. Even teachers aren't making shit. Right? Gas is supposed to be $1.73. It's $2 above that. Right? It's $3.73. Not $1.73, $3.73. Cars out the lot, $15K. Hell no. Have fun finding a brand new car out the lot, $15K. Now cars are the one where they're a lot more advanced. They probably don't break down as much anymore, and they're probably a lot more reliable in today's age. So I'd give you that one. But houses, man. Houses. And this is how you know where the agenda is going. This is how you know where the agenda is going. If you know what's happening in the world, if you looked up 15-minute cities, if you know where, like in Hawaii, when Hawaii was set on fire, you understand that at that same time they have a building plan built for a 15-minute city right in that area of Hawaii that was burned down. And that's what a lot of people don't talk about, right? We don't talk about that because, it's important. And why would we do that? Because it takes time out of our life to actually care about something of importance. But, yeah. So you can see where the agenda is going with houses upwards of $416,000, right? And I thought it was, honestly, I think that's high. I do believe that's high. I would say houses are more around like a single family household, right? You're probably gonna be like 250. Like my sister bought a house and she bought it, I believe, I want to say like 150, 170. I think now it's worth like $250,000, right? Like it's almost $300,000 for her house. Her house is a normal house, like it's like a 1 to 2 child house, right? But at the same time, that's extreme for a family that's just starting out. How the hell are they supposed to support that? Just getting out of college, having student debt, plus the debt now is just extreme. It's just even more with our wages staying the same. If you don't see this as a depression, I don't know what is. And at that same time, I get we're not going to do anything about it. It's the nature, it's the trend that's happening. Like, and if a solution to these problems would be is hold our government officials accountable, right? And how are we supposed to do that? Email them, go there, don't go to work. Don't go to work. If you don't think you're getting paid a fair wage, if you don't think you're doing that, don't go to work. And I get it. It's like, oh, what if I don't go to work? They'll replace me and do this and that. It's like, yes. But if you get enough people around, they can't replace a whole building. And if they do replace a whole building, guess what? Then you guys start your own. When a community comes together and understands that the community is the main focus, and it's not your job, it's not being selfish, it's not being in a state of those states, because when you have a community, the community can thrive by itself. You know what I'm saying? You got, I think I talked about this last podcast as well. You know, you got the farmer has, and this person that has a trucking business, and the trucking business sends it to the local grocery store, and the local grocery store sends it to the people, when the local people have jobs that they also do, like you got, and it makes safer, cleaner, cheaper ways to live, and more free ways to live, right? When you can trust people around in your community, and you actually have a vibe of community with you, it changes everything. You're allowed to live free. You're allowed to live as who you are, right? You're not, like, not these agendas of this are forced on you, and you have to be this, and you should be this and that, because that's what all this, like, gay ass LGBTQ plus shit is. That's just agendas forced on you. Like, and that's what people are. That's where people get it mixed up. They think, oh, I'm free, cause I want to do. You're not free. You're doing exactly what the government wants you to do, because it divides the people. And the thing is, I have a beef with a lot of, like, Christians, Catholics, and shit, right? Because you say, like, you say that, oh, we need to care for, you know, the people. We need to care for others. God wants us, right? You know, you got your commandments. You got all that bullshit. But at the same time, what do you do with it? You don't care about it. You're selfish. You're selfish with it because you want to pleasure yourself. So you live in a state of pleasure. The devil controls pleasure. The devil is manipulative. And it's funny as hell. It's just so contradicting that I see why people are leaving God and leaving the way of God. And I'm always going to be a believer in God. I'm always going to believe in God. I think God is very important to have. I think the stories teach great morals, and I think it can create great communities. But when a religion is focused more on the traditions than the messages that it's speaking, and not just speaking, but implementing action with those words of the teachings, the actual teachings, not the traditions of eating some bread and drinking some wine. I'm talking about the actual message that the Bible is trying to say, right? And I was having a discussion with this younger fella. He was 19, and we got in a deep conversation about this, and he was pulling out Bible quotes and doing all that, and I was like, my brother, the Bible that you read today is manipulated. Okay, you can say one day there was a Bible or something that wasn't manipulated ever, but right now it's manipulated, and the devil knows how to manipulate and he'll say whatever he needs to manipulate. So it's our job is to use the brain, the critical thinking skills that God has given us, right? You know, whoever your God is, it doesn't matter if it's Muhammad or I believe that's the Muslim God, or do they see him as or if it's God, or if it's Jesus, or I don't know who else, right? Or it's Buddha, or what else. But there's lessons that they all talk about, and they're all about the same, right? They're like, don't cheat, don't steal, don't, right? And then we divide ourselves with the traditions instead of coming together as the people and fighting the evil. That's where it confuses me, man. And if I would love to have any religious person on here, come on here, talk to me about why their religion is the right religion, and see how contradicting it is. Like, my words are more, the words I say are more binding of the humans, and they're more, I'm trying to say, I'm losing the word, but theirs are very dividing. They're like, I'm right, you're wrong, you don't follow me, so you're wrong. I'm going to heaven, you're going to hell, so now we're enemies, right? As soon as you tell someone they're going to hell because of XYZ, you've made an enemy. And that's what the devil wants. So it's very contradicting. You're letting the devil win. If you believe in the devil, then you're letting the devil win as soon as you say that someone else is going to hell because they don't do X, Y, Z, or because they've done X, Y, and Z, right? It's not your place to say. It's ignorant for you to say that you know who God is, because the books we read today have all been manipulated by human hand. And if there was a book that wasn't, then so, I maybe there was, but look in today who owns the Bible, who owns what you see through the Bible, and look how much money they got, right? Look how peaceful they're living. And it's so easy to see once you look at it from not a state of ego, but a state of wanting to learn. When you look at religion through a state of ego because you want to be correct, because you want to be in some savior land, you let your ego get in the way. Well, yeah, you look at it through ego. So you let your ego get in the way when you look at it like that. And the devil is who controls ego. He'll boost your ego through that, when you got a group of people, like I'll use the Catholic religion, you got a group of people always saying, oh yeah, you're right. Oh yeah, you're right. Oh yeah, you're right. You have a repetitive loop of just thinking you're right all the time. Thinking that there could be no way that you're wrong, that you know the Savior, only you know the Savior, only you know the way to get into heaven. So you have to look at it from a state of wanting to learn and wanting to better the world, not from a state of I know and you don't know. And the Bible, like I said, has been manipulated through the devil in today's age. So when religious people bring up Bible verses and stuff of that nature, right? They're talking about I tend to see them talk about more the traditions of and the words that are being said, but ultimately though those are contradicting to the word God, right? So if you look at God and God says I need to be worshipped, being worshipped is a state of ego and a state of pride, right? Because only the devil wants to be worshipped. And it once you learn what emotions, what words actually mean, and you actually know what words actually mean and how they're being said and why they're being said, you understand that it's all a manipulation tactic to manipulate us, to divide us. And religion was one of the biggest things and is one of the biggest things that is dividing us. And I think a lot of people are waking up to it like this, but then they go to the extreme on the opposite end, right? So then you got the opposite end where it's like, okay, now there's no reality, right? Because they kind of lose that sense of reality. Because once you break through, you lose your reality. Your reality isn't true anymore. Everything you've been taught about religion is a lie, right? You're finding that out. So they kind of go through a freak out zone, and they kind of go, they get into a state where they don't know what to do, so they just say, I'll do anything. Which is very lazy. It's sloth-like. And whatever Jesus or God or higher power doesn't like, laziness and sloth-like people, right? It's not building yourself to the full capabilities that God has given you, the God whoever created this world. You're not reaching that full potential. And I think that's what it is. I think it's reaching your full potential, wanting to always learn, being okay with being wrong, understanding you're ignorant, understanding all of us are, and everything we do. It's all ignorance. But yeah, it was a very good conversation, man. And me and that kid are staying in touch, man. Like I'm learning from him, he's learning from me, and it's great. Like we're on that same level of, yeah, we're ignorant. We're trying to learn. Like, let's learn together, my mans, my brother, my sister. Let's learn. But yeah, that's like this. That's the spiritual side of it, man. And then the mental side of it is understanding, again, using your critical thinking skills. That would be the mental side of it. Using your critical thinking skills to decipher what in religions is being said to be, this is how you be a good person, which is going to unite people, which then the God wants, whoever God is, right? Because I think we can all agree on that, right? Or is it like God is just like, nah, if you don't worship me, you going to hell, bro. Yeah, you going to hell, man. Whew, you didn't say my name. You didn't say my name. No, man. That's called ego. That's an ego. That's wanting. A God doesn't want. A God has. Right? Like, it's just so... Oh, it makes me laugh how, like, contradicting it all is. And then no one sees. Like, these are smart people I'm talking about, bro. Like, doctors are Catholic. Fucking engineers are Catholic, bro. Like, Muslim. Like, all these different religions. All these successful people have this religion. And I think it's just a way to... I think it's just honestly a way for them to feel good about themselves for being selfish. And living in selfish states. And not, you know what I'm saying? Letting problems that they see arise. And they didn't do anything about it. And then they're like, oh, no, I'm forgiven now. I gave $5 to the church. You see that? It's like, no. No, I don't. No, I saw you not do anything back there, though. Or I saw you see the situation and, not speak out about it. I know that there's human trafficking going on, but I know you're not speaking out about it. I know that this evil is coming in, but you're not speaking out about it. I know this person tried to be friends with you and, be cool, but you didn't want to be friends with them because they're a different religion. I saw that. He sees these different things, man. He's not looking at you to go fucking jerk his dick off, bro. It's just weird. Man, this shit pissed me off, too. I'm not gonna lie. Man, I don't know. That was a long little speech I gave there. But I swear, bro, it really does bug me, man. It does. And I truly do invite any type of religious person to come on here and tell me how their message is more unifying. There's the word, unifying. Damn. How their message is more unifying, or if their message is unifying at all. I'm not saying more than mine, or I'm not here to compare, but where's the unifying message in theirs, right? Where is it? I don't understand that. And that's what they want, bro. They want us fighting through religion. They want us fighting now through gender. They want us fighting through ideologies. They want us fighting through money. They want us fighting through greed. They want us fighting through different artists. They want us, and then the different artists support like all these things that are putting bad imagery into our minds, right? So now you're mentally weak. You're mentally thinking about unpure things like killing, drugs, right? Like sexualizing, like all these things. And I find myself, I listen to that shit too, but it affects me. And I can tell the difference of when I don't listen to it, when I do listen to it. And I think you guys can, I think everybody can as well when they listen to it versus when they don't listen to it, right? And it's just being okay with being, understanding you make mistakes. Like, I make mistakes. I'm a very flawed human. As much as I talk this, like, I'm very flawed. Like, I go and do things I shouldn't do. But yeah, I watch things I shouldn't watch. I watch things that are like Fresh and Fit. Fresh and Fit is like one of the main things. Like, I watched Fresh and Fit But at the same time, like, they talk about some stupid stuff, like some stuff that really doesn't like matter. But at the same time, they talk about a lot of things that do matter, right? They talk about the health of men, right? They talk about understanding masculine nature, right? They also talk about understanding feminine nature, right? And the only thing that does is create a safer society for both men and women. So I do see that, and that's a big reason why I do support them, right? But I watch their late night shows too, and they say it's like they say it. They're like, nah, man, this shit's like really. I just listened to one of them, and his caller was like, he was like, dude, don't listen to this shit. Go off, start getting your work done. Go work. Get off of this podcast right now. Like, a kid called in. And Myron, that's one of the guy host's name. I don't know if you guys familiar. Literally told him to get off of his show and go get to work. Like, he wants to better the world. And I'm not saying you can't benefit in multiple different facets from bettering the world, but we just need more understanding and not and wanting to learn, and not I want to be right, I am right and you're wrong. Those are two very different things. But I think I am going to leave this at that. We got through multiple different topics here. I think I'm gonna try to post this. I'm gonna post this here. I'm gonna just keep doing clips. I have Instagram. It's at the Pivotal View. I mean, not the Pivotal. It's at pivotal.view. And then I have a TikTok as well, and that is, let me check. Let me make sure those are both correct. So my Instagram is gonna be pivotal.view. And then my TikTok is the pivotal.view again. So they're both pivotal.view. And then my YouTube is the Pivotal View. And I'm going to start posting these onto there. So if people don't use Twitch, we can watch it on YouTube. We can start having discussions hopefully soon. More people start chiming in with their opinions, so I can start bouncing it off. We can start bouncing ideas off each other and really start figuring out change in different ways we can make this world better for all of us. It's a sad world we're starting to go down. It is. I know this one was a little deeper, right? And it wasn't really about, like, it still was about improving yourself, but I just felt like I had to say this. I felt like I've been thinking about it a lot, and I felt like I just had to say it. I had to come out with this, and try to find some unity in all religions, all demographics, all people, and start focusing on the similarities rather than the differences. But yeah, that's gonna be it for this one, and this is the Pivotal View. Hopefully we can create this world better, my brothers and sisters. Peace. Hopefully we can create this world better, my brothers and sisters. Peace. Hopefully we can create this world better.